Hello, it's Dark episode for December the 3rd, 2022. And, oh, well, I actually went onto the booktube side of things and watched a couple of videos, of booktube videos from Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading, Sean the Book Maniac, and Brian at Bookish. And I started a video from Steve Donahue, but quickly aborted. Here, and we'll talk about that first. That is where he is talking to Mika Cumming, who is a new booktuber who has been super successful. He's got like 12,000 subscribers. And it was like they were kind of, obviously celebrating this young guy's success. Hey, he is a successful booktuber. And I was like, oh, this is just going to put me in a bad place. And it's not like that I'm jealous or anything. It's just like I know it's going to activate all of my judgingness about myself, about how shitty I am and all that stuff. When it's that weird psychology. It's not what I'm going for. It is not what I'm going for. The things that this guy's needed to do, consistent schedule, hitting those little landmarks, doing all the right little things. It's like I'm not interested in doing that, and I would have burned out after about a week of trying to do that. Much less that my skill set is just not there. So, but still my brain just latches onto it of, I'm going to compare myself to this guy and make myself feel like shit. And so I did the healthy thing, which is it was literally like 2 or 3 minutes into it. I just stopped it and I deleted the thing from my watch later list because it's like, oh, this will just take me to a bad place. I wish Mika Cummings a good wishes. I think I'm one of those subscribers. Not that I'm watching any booktube videos at the moment other than what I just listed, and that's fine. It was interesting watching the other three because they're all people who are quite different from me in what they do. Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading had a very kind of seasonal podcast where, not podcast, little chat where she was talking about kind of like a lot of Christmas stuff and various things like that. I mean, she also talked about books, but it was like, very seasonal, which is like, that's not how I operate. I don't run that way. And yeah, Sean and Brian are both very engaged in kind of various levels of, education for themselves, like really deep education. Like, I admire that. It's not how I operate, but like, just really, really fascinating stuff. But it was like, oh, okay. Because like, Sean is really into this stuff and kind of unearthing a lot of the really shitty stuff about how Canada has been run and is still being run at this very moment. And he's really intense into that, and I've done some reading into that, but then I've like, okay, I need to do other stuff. I'm too fucked up myself to be in. If I was in this all the time, it would I couldn't be. I try and do what I can, and that's what I have to accept I can do. So yeah, there's that. And then, Brian is very much into what I would say is a similar kind of education in the American sphere, where it's like, oh, these are really interesting books. I wonder what the Canadian version of that is, which is probably, well, that would be Sean, would be a good go-to for that. So that was interesting in just that, like, oh, okay, coming back into it, going like, these are very different people than me. And I don't know how I would describe my own. That's a thing to think about. Is like, how would I describe my own muddle about? I guess it's just my own thing. Uh, you know, there's some fiction, nonfiction in mine. I don't know. I'll think about that. I'll think about that because that might be a worthwhile thing to talk about in on my waffle video, which theoretically I might actually film tomorrow if I can pull my thoughts together enough. Ugh. Oh, and there was one additional thing, which is a Zoom party that Sean is holding for his Patreons, of which I'm one of those people, and he's holding it um, on a time when I could actually attend the Zoom party, where I will know Sean and nobody else. I will feel very much like a wallflower. So I will probably try and attend and try not to be the asshole guy who talks way too much, but also B, not the guy who just sits there with is the screen frozen? I don't know. I'll see how that goes. I'll see if I have the time. I think it might be on Jackie's birthday. God damn it. Ooh. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yes. Yes. Well, if that's the case, I will have a perfect excuse to pop my head in and say hi. Just saying hello. Great. I'm super happy for that. This is hopefully a going concern for Sean, and then pop out again. And maybe I should try and look at some of the stuff he's shared on the Patreon since I'm I'm doing the money for it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. So yes, those are the many things that were awoken by me going on BookTube. But it's like, okay, that's actually not a bad thing to have picked a couple of people and then just gone, these are different people, and to have shut down the what was going to be the really unhealthy video to watch, which was a really successful young booktuber who has just started, who is just fabulously successful in a way that I don't have any desire to be. I don't want to do that. It's just all this stuff that's like, that is not me. But I needed to turn it off because it was like, oh, that was going to be, I could tell that was going to trigger me. All right. I've gushed enough for tonight. The dogs are looking at something in the backyard. Ja is upstairs wanting to fucking kill the dog, so I'm assuming they've been barking their heads off and misbehaving all evening in very doggish ways. So we're going to get them into bed, and we're all going to have a good night's sleep and not kill each other. Yes, my goal. Make sure the dogs don't get strangled to death. I've been Jay. More videos later.